first thing is that I'm not going to do this in comparison between NPP and any other political party, because I think that for Ghana to change, we must compare the actions of political parties with the aspirations of citizens, not the best of one government versus the worst of the other. And of course, happily, a good politician is here, he will do the rest. So John Jenapo, my big brother, will do that for us. And that's not to say that perspective is not necessary. And second point I need to say is that it's refreshing that we can have citizens talk about such a thing without only politicians, because 20 years ago, if we're having this program, you have all kinds of political people filling this place, but ordinary citizens are here, and I think it's fantastic. We think we should put our hands together for CDD for thinking of such a thing. Next thing I will say is that my framework of reference, to thoroughly analyze this, you need to be both descriptive and definitive, but I don't have time, and I'm not that much educated, so I'll be more descriptive than definitive. So I won't be as quantitative as expected. I'll be more qualitative than quantitative. There are 5 frames of reference for analyzing this government. Effectiveness, are they doing the right thing? Efficiency, are they doing it the right way, the how? Equity, how is it affecting everybody? Responsiveness to things unplanned for, and sustainability, would it last? So if I had an hour, I will give you 20 minutes on effectiveness, 20 minutes on efficiency, etc., etc., etc. Because I have only 8 minutes, I'm going to do effectiveness and efficiency, and I'm going to leave equity, sustainability, and responsiveness to your imagination or to another program. Now, I'm going to look at 7 key areas shortly. I'll give a minute to each area. Job creation and employment is the first thing I'll look at. Second thing is creating a modern digital economy. Third thing I'll look at is fight against galamsey. The fourth thing I'll look at is free SHS. Fifth, okay, actually I've jumped. First one, job creation, right? Second one, modern digital economy. Third, galamsey. Fourth, development authorities. Fifth, free SHS. Sixth, NHIS. And seventh, social inclusion. Job creation and unemployment. Yesterday, there was a good question asked the president about unemployment. I wasn't happy with the response, and I think the response defines the wrong approach. The idea of all the various programs to solve unemployment is good. They have Nation Builder Score, 100,000 jobs. You can't argue with that. NEIP, 10,000 jobs. You can't argue with that. One district, one factory, 263 companies. You can't argue with that. Probably 200,000 jobs they claim. Planting for food and jobs, 500,000 farmers. Great. In terms of effectiveness, is this the right thing to do? Yes. Are they doing the right way? No. Why? Because you can't manage what you can't measure. And I said this on air this morning. You don't have accurate unemployment statistics. You don't have a job creation tracker on the desk of the president. He doesn't know how many jobs were created. If you go to certain countries, USA, South Africa, Kenya, they know quarterly the amount of new jobs added. We don't have that. So although the government is effective in their job creation in terms of course, it's a good thing to do, right? But I don't think the approach is different from the previous governments, and therefore they are not being efficient. Because don't forget, effectiveness is this the right thing to do? Efficiency is this the best way to do it? I don't think it's being data-driven. I don't think it's factual. I think it's too imprecise. So on job creation, they are effective but not efficient. Number 2, creating a digital modern economy. 5 pillars. National Identification Authority, fantastic idea. Mobile payment interoperability, great idea. Digital address system, very, very good. Paperless port, fantastic. E-registration portal, very, very good. All these things are good ideas. 3 deadlines given for NIA, mobile payment interoperability, digital address system were not met. The president answered my question yesterday. He said the law is now going to Parliament. I guess they should have known that. If you give yourself a deadline and you're not able to meet it, it's not right. But let's be fair. Based on the time frame given, the fact that they were able to even launch a data address system, and the fact that Gibbs has been given the mandate to reduce the contract from 4 billion to 4 million, that is very good. The ideas for creating a modern economy, tight. Paperless port started in September, fantastic. E-registration portal started. So in terms of creating a modern digital economy, yes, the ideas are right. The concept is good. Are they doing it the right way? I really can't tell. It's too short a time to measure. So I'll put a don't know there. But is it the right thing to do? Absolutely. We can discuss that later. Number 3, fight against galamsey. Our radio station and other news media houses have been frontal in this fight against galamsey. Is this the right thing to do? Yes. set up a multi-ministry task force, give it a fancy name, use the media coalition to drive momentum. It's absolutely the right thing to do. In fact, President will launch the multi-sectoral mining integrated development project this month. It's a good thing. Are they doing it the right way? Based on what I've seen so far, not too bad. There are certain factors not in their control. Lenient sentences by judges, you can't blame the government for. The government can't direct the judges how much to fine people who are found foul of the law. This morning, the small-scale miners said the ban should be revoked. I don't agree with them. The president gave indication of loss of 5 billion cedis in gold exports. I think they are doing it the right way, and I think they are doing the right thing. So in terms of fight against the Galamsey, they score full marks. Establishment of development authorities, coastal, northern, and middle belt authority. I have mixed feelings on this. When I look at the budget for the Ministry for Special Development Initiatives, it's 1.2 billion cedis. It's larger than many other ministries. Some of the things this ministry is supposed to do is it could be better done by other ministries. They are supposed to procure 275 ambulances. What's the health ministry doing? They are supposed to build 50 warehouses. I thought there was one district, one factory, one district, one warehouse. Why is Ministry of Social Development doing warehouses? They are supposed to construct 100 markets. What happened to local government? They are supposed to construct 275 chips compounds. I thought there was already a program for that. I think the idea of building or creating development authorities is great, but I think the budgetary allocation to the Ministry for Special Development agencies reveals some sort of lack of proper coordination, which is problematic. And I think that we need to sanitize that. I'll give you an example. You have a health ministry that's been in existence for years with people who are already technocrats. Why do you trust a new ministry with 1.2 billion? Where's the track record of the chief director of that ministry? What's the track record of that minister? So I don't think it's the right thing to do, the creation of the Ministry of Development Initiatives. And if I don't think it's the right thing to do, we can't even talk about whether it's been done the right way or not. You need to be effective before you are efficient. So I don't give them full marks for that. Number 5, free SHS. It is fantastic. I think it's the best thing they've done. People say we rushed it. We have to rush it. Lack of education is killing us. Government has earmarked 148 million cedis in the 2017 budget for the policy. It says at least 100 million will come from oil and gas revenues. Why not? It is the right thing to do. They've organized a lot of press conferences and they've been very accessible in terms of the problems that have emerged. Are they doing it the right way? It's too early to tell. There's a big infrastructure challenge they have to face. A lot of schools don't have the facilities. So it is the right thing to do, and they've started at the right time. Are they doing the right way? If they'll be more responsive to correction and stop victimizing head teachers who point out the problems, it will be the right way. The La Presby headmaster shouldn't have been sacked or transferred. They should have listened to him. And I think that they are so eager to make free SHS work, they don't want to tolerate constructive criticism. I'm not sure they are, but I don't want to say they're not doing the right way because there's no frame of reference. Nobody has tried this before. So I'm a bit iffy. I still think I'll give them a positive on the fact that the minister and his deputies are available to answer questions on free SHS. So I'll give them a pass. NHIS, the main campaign promise was reviving NHIS to make it more efficient to achieve universal health coverage for Ghanaians. This was in Akufo-Addo State of the Nation address as well. What is the problem with NHIS? They owe service providers 1.2 billion cedis prior to administration. Chief Executive Dr. Samuel Ano says the scheme is broken and unable to pay. Because of that, many service providers, Chamber of Pharmacy, CHAG, withdrew their services. What have they done? Committed to a 2019 deadline to clear the debt, committed to 81 million monthly disbursement debt settlement strategy, paid at least 560 million cedis out of the 1.2 billion debt. Is this the right thing to do? Yes, they are effective. That's the right thing to do. Is this the right way to go about it? I think so. I'll give the NHIS managers a pass. Final point, social inclusion. I have 1 minute. Social inclusion has many dimensions. I'm looking at specific promises the government made or the party made. They said, for example, that they would amend the Disability Act in line with UN Convention on Disability with associated LIs. I don't think they've done that. They said they'll pay outstanding contributions to pensions funds for public sector workers. That has not been done. They said they'll set aside 50% of Maslot funds for female applicants. That has not been done. All within the social inclusion space. They said they would introduce a district integrated social service program to manage social welfare. We don't think that has been done as well. They said they will appoint at least 30% of public sector positions to women. From the calculations we have, they are below that. So in terms of social inclusion, using my very subjective analysis, I don't think they have done what they ought to do. They have the right ideas but have not implemented them. But 1 year is a very short frame of reference. Overall, we can say that in terms of willingness and the ideas, this government has done very well. But as we always say, the devil is in the detail. Next year, if you ask me, I'll be in a better position to assess the other parameters of equity, sustainability, and responsiveness.